with the light of a gas lantern casting long shadows over the room. Barbara, a pretty young mother with dark blonde hair, rocked her youngest, Lizzie. There was nothing more important to Barbara and her sister Fanny Troyer than their children. Barbara had 5, and Fanny had 4, all under the age of 9. On this evening, there was a blended group sleeping at the Weavers'. 4 of Barbara's children, Harley, Sarah, Joseph, and Lizzie Weaver, and their cousins, Susie and Mary Troyer, were winding down after a day of play. Barbara encouraged them to speak in hushed tones so as not to wake the ones that were beginning to get drowsy in Barbara's bed. The cousins had come to the Weavers', and Barbara's son Jacob had stayed at her sister's house, after a birthday party for 9-year-old Harley at the Troyers' the night before. Susie settled on the sofa, and Harley found a cozy spot on the recliner that was his father's main place of refuge when he was home and not working at the family's hunting and fishing supply business, Maysville Outfitters. Except Eli Weaver was rarely home, and he didn't consider it a sanctuary. None of the children would recall seeing much, if anything, of the Amish man in recent days, which wasn't new. He was almost never home for meals, an important time in Amish family life, and he didn't like his children hanging out at his store. At least twice in their young lives he had disappeared for weeks or months at a time. At some point in the early morning of June 2nd, Eli came home and carried Mary, Sarah, and Joseph upstairs. He had just a couple of hours to get some sleep before he left on a fishing trip to Lake Erie. After little Lizzie cried out from her room on the main floor, Susie left the living room and slept upstairs for the rest of the night. That left just Harley on the other side of his parents' bedroom wall. With the gas lights off and the wind rolling across the farmhouse, Harley listened as a shower ran in the bathroom down the hallway. Soon after, slumber overtook him. Only once during the night did he stir. A thunderclap, he thought, woke him, but he turned over and fell back to sleep. Later, the boy would play that noise over and over in his head, trying to pinpoint just what it was that he'd heard, and what or who had made the sound.